As you can see, okay, that Python is open source programming language. Okay, and if you let's say if you want to write, if you want to start writing code in Python, okay, then there is a website known as python.org. So here in this lecture, I will try to give you a different way to start coding in Python. Okay, so here uh, name of this website is python.org. Okay, and then from here you can go to the all all release or Windows or Mac OS X, means Mac OS, and if you want to install it in let's say Linux, okay, then you can use command line tool apt get install space Python 3.0 something. So whatever version you want to install, you can install. So here you can go to the old release, and then any of this release you can download from here. So 3.7.9 or 3.8.5, whatever version you want to use. Okay, previously before 3 4 years, 4 5 years, not 3 4 years, but 4 5 years, Python 2.7 was most popular among the industry. Okay, but gradually lots of new features, and let me tell you some string formatting methods and other library support. Now industry is using Python 3 version. Okay, and mostly they are using version 3.5 or 3.6 something. Okay, so and latest version is, you can see, 3.8 and 3.7. Means these two are the latest version, which if you want to use, then you can use. So simply click on download, and then you will get an exe file. Okay, and then after getting that exe file, you have to means you have to install it, and then after that you have to, if you want to write code, then you have to write you have to use Python idle. So in Python idle you can write the code. So here for this subject, for teaching purpose, we are going to use Anaconda. Okay, so for that you can go to the anaconda.com. Okay, and this is the website anaconda.com. Okay, and then you can click on get started and install Anaconda individual edition. Okay, and then from here you can download it. From here you can download it as per your requirement, and then you can install. Why I prefer to use Anaconda? Because Anaconda allow us to create a separate virtual environment for each different kind of application, or you can say environment. So let's say in one environment you are working on network security, and in another environment you are working with, let's say, machine learning. In another environment you are working with the natural language processing, NLTK. So all those things I think you can implement. You can manage easily. You can easily manage the environment with the package in Anaconda. Okay, so for that reason, I prefer to use Anaconda, and this will be again same as the previous discussion or previous installation. Simply click on this, you will get the exe file, and then simply execute it, and Anaconda will be installed into your system. So actually, I'm discussing all these things for the students who are not familiar with the Python, and who are installing, who are using Python for the first time. Other than this, you are having various options like, let's say, let me show you PyCharm. So, PyCharm is another IDE for Python. So this also you can use for Python development. So then there is Atom. So if you want to write code in other IDE, then this Atom you can also use, and for Atom is basically a text editor. So you can add the you can install the plugin, and you have to specify the path of the Python interpreter, and then using that you can execute it. Another option is Notepad++. So if you want to write code, if you are familiar with this, then you can use Notepad++ as well for programming purpose. Okay, then another ID which is very popular, it is Spider ID. Okay, so if you want to use Spider, okay, then you can use Spider as well. Okay, and this is also a good ID for data visualization and all those things. Okay, and another tool which can be which is being used by industry people as well, and which is open source. Okay, so that is VS Code, so Visual Studio Code. So you can use Visual Studio Code as well for writing code into the Python. Okay, and as you can see here, this Visual Studio Code allow you to install the Python plugin, and using that same environment only you can compile it. No need to write, no need to go open the Python command line, and from command line no need to execute the Python file. Okay, so you can do everything here only. So you are having lots of options, and whatever you wish to use, okay, for development, you can use. Okay, so mm, let me show you window Anaconda Navigator. Okay, so if you will install Anaconda, then you will get all those things. Like let's say Jupyter Notebook, means Jupyter Lab will be there, then Qt Console, Spider will be there. VS Code, as I have installed, so automatically it is integrated into Anaconda. Okay, then this is data visualization tool. So Glueys, then Orange 3, and RStudio. These are not part of Anaconda package right now. So if you want to install, you can simply click on install, and it will be installed. So this is what how Anaconda Navigator will look like. And here you can see here, if you want to create any environment, then you can add the environment. And in the, if you will click on environment, then it will show you the current base environment, and all these libraries which are selected, they are installed. Okay, now if you want to create any other environment for specific project development, okay, then you have to click on create. Okay, and then the new environment will be added, and whatever library, additional library you want to add for that environment, that you can install easily. Okay, now if you want to add any library into the environment, okay, so how you can do it? So if you will click on all, okay, then it will show you all the libraries. If you will click on channel, okay, then it will show you all the channel, default channel, okay, from where it is fetching the library. And if you will click on update index, so it will update the index, and if there is any new library, then it will be listed over here. Okay, now how you will install the library? So it's simply, you have to simply click on it, and whenever you will select it, okay, it will enable the apply button. So whatever library you want to add, simply select those library and click on apply button. So it will be added to your environment. As well as in Anaconda, they have also given documentation, training, and learning resources. They have given the various learning resources. So depending on your interest, you can read any of the reference uh, which you can use for programming. Okay, now after this, there is a community. So here they have given the library specific community. For example, this is for SciPy. Okay, this is for Anaconda. Okay, this is for Blaze. So this is for Matplotlib. Okay, Numba Development Forum. So Data Science Central. So this is SciPy again. NumFocus. So they have given the various communities, and using that, if you want to explore any particular community, then you can go with it. Now, as I have mentioned previously, you are having various options. So if you want to go with the web browser web browser based development, in that case, you have to click on Jupyter Notebook, okay, and it will launch the Jupyter Notebook. And let me show you the Jupyter Notebook, okay, and as well as let me show you one simple program in let's say Spider as well. So let me represent it in front of you so you can have idea. Window Spider. Okay, is it visible to all of you? Can you see it? Okay. So this is actually Spider IDE, which you can use for writing Python code. Now here you have to create a main file, and then you have to execute it. So if I just give you simple example, let's say this is print hello or hello world program in Python. Okay, so this sample they have already given. Okay, and if you will click on run, okay, then you will get output over here. Okay, in this portion. So you can use Spider as well as Jupyter Notebook, whatever you wish to use. So let me go with Jupyter Notebook, because it will be very easy for you to debug the individual line if you want to debug it. So let me open it, and so if you will click on Jupyter Notebook, okay, not Jupyter Lab, but Jupyter Notebook, okay, you have to click on Jupyter Notebook launch. So if you will click on it, then it will open a web browser tab, and it will give you this kind of screen. Now here, from here, what you have to do, you have to, if you want to create a new file, then you have to click on new, and then you have to click on Python 3. Now using this new, you can create a new text file, as well as if you want to create a new directory, then also you can create, and if you want to open the terminal, then also you can open it. Now let's move forward. Let's create a file, okay, and let's try to understand that how this thing works. So if you will click a new file, then it will give you this kind of interface. Now here, whatever file name you want to give, you can give. Let's say let's give today's date, 19/8/2020, okay, and TD1 TC3 class. So if you will click on rename, so that file name, untitled file name, will be replaced by this. Now this is for adding new cell, cut, select. So lots of options are available with you. So we will be not covering those things. If you will click on this panel, okay, open the command palette. Okay, then it will show you the command. Now Jupyter Notebook have implemented the it has used the IPython, okay, or you can say interactive Python. So whatever features of the interactive Pythons are there, okay, all those features are available in Jupyter Notebook. So if you want to implement any command, okay, or if you want to perform any task, then you can do it. Okay, for example, let me show you, yes, frequently used delete cell. If you want to delete any cell, then you have to press D 2 times. Okay, and if you want to select any cell, means cut any cell, then you have to press X. Then for copying, you have to press C. Okay, so this kind of, for restart kernel, you have to press 002 times. So these are the various commands which you can use in Jupyter Notebook. Okay, but it will be completely different thing. It is a part of interactive Python, so we are not going to focus on it right now. And I hope you all of you people are with me, and you people are getting whatever I'm just trying to convey to you people. Yes, all of you are with me. Yes, anybody is having any doubt, any question, whatever we have covered till now? So hope all of you are getting. Okay, so let's move forward. So let me tell you something. So let's start with comment. Okay, and before starting with comment, let me tell you what is cell. So this is cell one. Okay, so let's write simple statement print hello. Okay, simple program. Okay, now how to execute this code? Okay, so for that you have to press shift plus enter. Okay, shortcut for executing is shift plus enter, shift enter. Okay, so if you will click on it, then it will be executed. Now, if you want to write any comment into the Python, okay, then you have to use hash. Okay, so hash is used to write comments in Python. Okay, now if you will again press shift enter. Okay, then here you can see here this is generating cell number 1 2. Okay, now if again I am executing this cell, okay, then this 1 will become 3. Okay, so after 2 it will become 3. So this will give you individual cell. Now, what is the advantage of this? Let's say if you are using VS Code or Jupyter, or VS Code or Spider or PyCharm, okay, then you have to install debugger or you have to use debugger to write the code. Here, what you can do, you can write the individual statement in individual cell. Okay, and then you can see whether there is any problem in particular cell or not. So this will actually give you flexibility that while you are writing your code, you can check whether the code is correct or not. Okay, so for this reason I am using Jupyter Notebook. So whenever you are writing any large code, okay, and if you want to debug it, then you can do one thing: simply divide that code into different cell, and then wherever you feel doubtful, okay, that portion you can debug. Clear with this? Okay. Now, let me tell you another feature of Python. Okay, so here in Python, semicolon is optional. Okay, so semicolon is not mandatory. If you will omit it, then it will not show you any error. Okay, another thing, curly braces are removed. Okay, curly braces are removed from the Python. So for function body or to specify any function in other programming language like C, C++, or you can say Java or .NET, we are using curly braces. Okay, so here curly braces will be it won't be used for that purpose. It will be used for you can say uh, it will be used for string formatting. Okay, so whenever you are going with the formatting the string, at that time we will use curly braces. Now then, how Python will identify that this is the block of code or this statement belongs to this function or this you can say this loop. Okay, so for that Python use indentation. Okay, so indentation means space. Okay, so that we will see that how Python use the indentation to represent the part of the code. So semicolon and curly braces are removed, so no need of it. And Python is purely indentation based language. So if you will make any mistake in writing on creating indentation, okay, then it will show you error. Okay, and as the code will be using indentation, your program will automatically look very clear and readable. Okay, so you can very easily uh, read and understand the code. Yes. Next thing, after this, if you don't want to write main function, if you are writing a simple script, okay, then you can write it. So whatever you people have done in other programming language, let's say as soon as the your program will start, you will add lots of things like, let's say, as include or import std means io system.io, and as include stdio.h, and then public static void main and integer main. Okay, none of these things are required in case of Python. Okay, so whatever those additional lines you were writing in Python, it is not in other programming language. Those are not required in case of Python. So this is how you can do this. Now let's move forward. That our first program, print hello dot means print hello. Okay, so this will simply print the hello string, hello world program. Okay, so if I want, let me delete all the cell. Okay, and let me write. Okay, so this is your first simple hello world program. Okay, now another thing. How to declare a variable. Now, in today's morning session, we have discussed that Python is a dynamic typing, means runtime it will check the value of variable and then automatically it will assign the value. So, how it will be done? So, let's say if we write a is equals to 5, then it will assign value 5 to a. Okay, and then if you will try to print value of a, print a. Okay, then you can see 5. Okay, now how to know the type of any variable? So type of a. Okay, so type is a function, inbuilt function, so it will return you the type. Now, in morning only we have mentioned or we have discussed that Python is purely object-oriented programming language. So in that case, uh, what will happen? Whatever variable you will create for each variable, data type, sorry, for each variable there is a specific class. Okay, so here we are creating, here we are writing a is equals to 5. So the class of a means a is belonging to class integer. Okay, so a is the object of class integer. So for that reason, here you can see if we execute type, then it will show that this is means variable a is of class int. So there are some inbuilt method for integer class as well. Now let's move forward. So this is the feature of Python, that dynamic typing, no need to specify the data type of any variable. Okay, so without specifying the data type, uh, you can declare the variable and simply use it. Now in other programming language, like let's say in Java or in .NET, if you want to define the multiple variable, okay, then how you can define, how you define the multiple variables? Can anyone tell me? Let's say I want to define integer, character, float, and string. and how you have defined, how you have declared it in Java. Yes, can anyone tell me that if you want to declare multiple variable, then how you can declare, or how you have declared in other programming language? Let's say you want to declare integer, character, and string. Yes, anyone from class? Let me ask randomly. Yes, integer a, string s, protect. Okay, if you want to declare multiple variable, thank you, Dhruv, for answer. If you want to declare multiple variable of same type, then yes, in C, integer a, b, c. Yes, good. Okay, so in Python, you can declare it like this: A, B, C. Now, how you will initialize the variable? Let's say if I want to declare 5 variable and I want to initialize 5 variable, then how you can do it? If I want to initialize 4 or 5 variable in C or in Java, yes, anyone from class? So this won't be a one-way session. Initialization. So if you want to initialize multiple variables, then how you can do it? Okay. Thank you, Disha, for answer. Thank you, Yash, for answer. Okay, so now in Python, if you want to define or declare multiple variable, then you can declare like let's say ABC, and if you want to initialize, then you can initialize like the 0, 1, 2. Okay, and then if you will print, then 0, 1, 2. Okay, now in other programming language, there was limitation that if you want to define different variable, okay, then you have to use the separate line. Okay, but how we can do it in Python? Okay, so for that, let me show you another example. Variable ABCD equals to, let's say, 1, comma 3.14, comma hello, comma 2. Okay, and let's define another data type P. Okay, now let's print it. A comma type of array. B comma type of B. C comma type of C. D comma type of P, and E comma type of E. So here you can see first variable A is value of A is 1 and class of A is integer. B is 3.14 and class of B is float. Okay, C is hello. Okay, and the class of C is string. Okay, next is D is true and class of D is boolean. And next is 3 plus 5j and class is complex. So here in one line, if you want to define 100 or whatever number of variable of different data type, okay, you can do it. All of you are clear with this? Any doubt in this, whatever we have discussed? Anybody is having any doubt or any question that, sir, we didn't get this? Then you can ask. Yes, anybody is having any doubt or any question in whatever we have covered till now? No? No. Okay. Now, I have planned one activity which we are going to follow from next lecture onwards. At any instance of time, randomly at any instance of time, I will ask anyone. I will ask anyone to answer the question, or I will immediately activate the quiz, and I will take your attendance based on the quiz. Okay, so I will not take attendance from by manually asking you your number, but I will ask anyone. Means randomly I will share that link with you, or I will activate the quiz in the classroom. Okay, and then I will ask you uh, to add the detail, means to fill up the answer of quiz. Okay, and then you are supposed to submit it. So yes, how do how we can go to the new line? How do go to the new line? Okay, so those some of those characters are already there, which are similar to the C. Let's say if you want to print new line, then there is a slash and okay. Then let's say if you want to put tab, then there is slash T. So if you will execute, then here you can see here we will get a new line, means slash n. Okay, then space, then hello, and then slash T is for tab. Okay, so it will put a blank space between hi and hello. So this is how you can go to the next line. Now another thing, anywhere you in other programming language you have seen that if you want to write, excuse me, if you want to write multiple line comment, okay, then you have used something like this. Okay, but in Python, multiple line comments are not used. And if you will refer on internet, okay, then they will say you that this triple quote is a multiple line comment, okay, but this is known as document string. Okay, doc string. Okay, it is known as doc string. So if you want to provide any information to the user, okay, then you will write or you will provide that information via triple double quote. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3, three-time double quote, opening double quote, and closing double quote. All of you clear with this? Anybody is having any doubt in this thing? Okay, Dhruv, your doubt is clear, right? Yes. Now, how to assign the variable? So let's say if I want to assign something into variable a, okay, so let's say 3 plus 4, okay, and then if we will print a, then you can see this is our assignment. So for assignment, we will use single equal sign. Okay, and very near it means in upcoming lectures we are going to discuss the arithmetic operators. So before starting the discussion with that, let's have some introduction to the different data types of Python. Now, some of the data type, okay, whenever we will start any programming language, we will start our discussion with the data type. Okay, so in Python we are also having data type like say integer, then float, okay, then you can say string is also data type in Python, then boolean is a data type, then complex is a data type, okay, then list is a data type, okay, then dictionary is a data type, okay, then tuple is data type, okay, then set is you can also create the set, okay. Other than this, let's say byte array. Byte array is also data type. So lots of different data types are there, and these are the basic data type: integer, float, string, and boolean. Okay, and complex. Okay, and while list, dictionary, and tuple are the you can say derived data type, or you can say advanced data type. Now here we will see all this data type one by one. Okay, and but before starting the discussion, let me tell you that in Python, any data type can be categorized into two categories. One is mutable, okay, and second is immutable. Okay, so what is meaning of mutable? Meaning of mutable is the data type in which we can change the variable value. Okay, and immutable means once the variable value is assigned. Assigned means once the memory location is fixed, okay, then you cannot alter the content of it. Okay, so you have to compulsorily you have to go with the new variable, okay, and it will be done by Python interpreter automatically. But in case of mutable data type, you can adjust it. So once the memory location is fixed, okay, but again, if you are changing in the total number of element and all those things into the let's say variable, okay, then it will not means it will allow you to adjust it. Okay, it will not create any problem, but in case of immutable it will show you the error, so it will not allow you to use that same variable for extending or performing any other operation. So any of these data type, any of the variable in Python can be categorized into either mutable data type or mutable object or immutable object. Mutable means the object whose value we can change, and immutable means the object whose value we cannot change or we cannot alter. Okay, let's move forward with the next topic. I think we were discussing variable assignment and operations. So this is how we can assign the variable, and if we look at your syllabus, okay, then what was the first unit? First unit was introduction. So in introduction, we were supposed to discuss the way a Python interpreter work, okay, which are the some of the basic inbuilt data type, okay, then how we can means the working of Python, how we can define the new code block, and all those things we can specify. Now, if we move forward, then let's see that some of the trick which will be helpful to you in Python. Let's say if you are having if you have declared variable a comma b equals to 3 comma 4, and if you want to swap the value of variable, okay, then you have to write a comma b is equals to b comma a, okay, and then let's try to print a and b before swap and after swap. So here you can see previously it was 3 4, but after this you can see after swap it became the 4 3. So this is how you can swap the variable values, okay, in Python. So similarly, there are lots of other tricks in Python which will ease your task, whatever you want to perform. And this is not like this is not limited only for two variable. Okay, so let's say if you are declaring C, D, and E, okay, then 3, 4, let's say 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so you can write like, let's say A, B, C, D, E equals to, let's say A equals to C, B equals to D, C equals to E, D is equals to A, and E equals to B. Okay, so A, B, C, D, E. So you can swap n number of variables. Okay, so it is not like, again, it is not like that you can swap only integer values. Okay, so let's see, here I am writing 1.23, here I am writing hello in form of string, writing false. Okay, and here I am writing 2 plus 3j. Okay, so it will automatically change the data type of the variable. Okay, so there is no need to specify anything, and you don't have to worry about let's say what will happen in case of, let's say, if we don't have if we don't specify the data type. Okay, here you can see initially a was integer, but after that a became the string. Okay, so no need to worry about the data type. Container will be decided automatically. So this is another feature of Python. Okay, so if anybody is having any doubt, any question, okay, then you can ask me in whatever content we have covered till now. Okay, so if we start from first, then we have started with the feature, then how to declare the Yes, today's session actually we have started with the various options to write Python code. Then we have seen that which tools we can use, like idle, then PyCharm, then Atom, then Notepad++. Okay, then Spider. So whatever you wish to use, you can use. And then I have shown you that how we can write code in Spider. Means I have given you very simple example. And then we have switched to Jupyter Anaconda, and in Anaconda we have launched the Jupyter Notebook. And in Anaconda we have seen that how we can create the environment if you want to create a specific environment, and how you can install the libraries and all those things. So this is what we have discussed till now. Okay, so and then we have started with the discussion in actual Python programming language, what is comment, how to declare a variable. Okay, then how to know the data type of any variable. Then we have seen that how we can declare the multiple variable in one line, how we can declare multiple types of variable into one line. Okay, then some special character like /n, then /t we have discussed. Then how we can assign a value to variable. Okay, and then we have discussed some basic, means then we have list out some basic variables in data types in Python. Okay, then we have discussed that how we can swap the values. So this is nothing but a trick in Python. And similarly, we will be discussing more in future. Okay, so list and list comprehension and loops and all those things. So for today's lecture, I think this is sufficient. If you have any query or any other doubt, okay, then you can ask me. Otherwise, we will be concluding our session here. So, anybody is having any doubt, any question in the content, whatever we have covered till now? Any question, any doubt?